Okay there, bring them out, bring them out. Looking at alternate square sum from Codewars. It is a Python exercise. Let's dive in. Complete the function that takes an array of integers as input and finds the sum of squares of the elements at even positions. These would be positions the second, fourth, etc. Plus the sum of the rest of the elements at odd position. This will take some explaining because I don't like the way this is set up explanation-wise. For empty arrays, the result would be 0. Let's scroll down a little bit. The values at even positions need to be squared. For a language with zero-based indices, like most of them, this will occur at oddly indexed locations. For instance, in Python, the values at indices 1, 3, and 5, etc. should be squared because these are the second, fourth, and sixth positions. Long story long, we're going to square the elements at odd indexes in the list and leave the ones at even indexes as they are, and then we're going to sum everything. So, and it talks about positions here. Positions are one based in this context, so these would be even positions, which would be like the 12 and the 14 in this example. Even positions, but odd indexes. Could be confusing to some people, but anyway, even positions, those get squared and they are added to everything. Really, everything is added. So the thing is, we're going to square, I feel like I'm saying this for the fourth time, we're going to square elements at odd indices, keep the ones at even indices untouched, and then we're going to add everything together. That is the situation. Got it? Got it? Good. If you don't, I can't hear you, so it don't matter. Rewind if I haven't blown your mind. All right. I'm gonna create a variable to get the sum of everything. Then hop right into a loop. This one's pretty simple, so not a whole lot of trickery going on here. And as I loop, I'm going to accumulate my sum, where I'm going to do an if and an else. If I'm on an odd index, I'm going to square my element. If I'm on an even index, I am not going to square it. I'm just going to add it to my total. So I mod 2. This is how I can find an odd index. If the index modulo 2 is 1, meaning if the remainder when this index is divided by 2 is 1, then that number is odd. And I'm going to add its square, because as I said for the 40th time, I'm going to be squaring elements at odd indexes. Then the else will be evens. I will sum those as well, but they will simply be the element as standalone, well, no changes. That's a better way to say it. Now I'll return the sum. And that's it, ladies and gents. That works. And that works. Alright, yeah, pretty short and sweet, simple idea here. But I'm going to do a little wrinkle here because, yeah, this situation is so simple, I can reduce this whole thing to one line using list comprehension. So I'm going to scrap what I got here, go into my list comprehension mode. Going to be kind of hard to see with the increased size of type, but oh well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a list of my squares and unmodified values, sum that list, and that will be my result. Because I am to get a sum of non-squared things and squared things, so it works out. Whoop, 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 whoop. I do have a video on list comprehension. You can check that out if you want to learn a little bit about the process and the idea behind list comprehension. If you know it, good for you. just watch and learn and listen and whatever. Can't always figure out how to end sentences, right? I know how to end pieces of code, though. That's what I do. Great googly moogly. I'm going to drop this into online GDB just so you guys can take a look. Of course, the idea here is to educate and inspire, so why not give you a look at this mother. Increase the size. Screw it. I ain't gonna increase the size. Check it out. Here it is. I'm getting a sum, creating a list through list comprehension, and what it is if I mod 2 equals 1, meaning it's odd, I am going to append the squared element. Otherwise, I will append the unmodified element. And here's the loop header, and that's it. It's going to return a sum of that list containing the squared items and the unsquared items. There you go. Gonna run it through just to make sure it works, and then be out. Things to do, bills to pay, homie. Yeah, looks good. All right, you saw 2 versions there, non-list comprehension and list comprehension. That will suffice. And just did alternate square sum, Codewars, Python. Go have some fun, do your own version, do it better than I did. Post it, comment, whatever, and that's it for me. So I am out.